Flosstube. Welcome to my Flosstube number 70. Wow, 70. Today it is February the 9th of 2026. Already. Yeah, I have only 6 whips to show you and I did 2561 stitches. Now you will say to me, it's not a lot, I know. 2 days I couldn't stitch. I will talk about that in live update, but it was a week. So the things I did stitch on, I will show you, of course. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome if you are a returning viewer and subscriber. It's all appreciated. Every comment, every like, every heart, it's all very appreciated, and definitely in difficult times. So yeah, the mailman just delivered some stuff, but I expect some animal food to be delivered today. Hopefully not during this video, but we will see. I have some haul to show you. And then, like I said, live update and plans will be together a bit. As it all depends on what happens, of course. So, I did only 2 of my temperature stitching. Temperature stitching is you take the last digit of the temperature of your actual temperature. It can be the maximal temperature, the lowest temperature, whatever you decide, the temperature from yesterday, whatever you pick. And then you have, in my case, 10 whips, each one linked to the numbers 0 to 9. The first edition was each degree had his own whip. The issue there was that you have all the same whips in the winter period and all the same whips in the warmer summer period. So Jen the caffeinated craft, of course, edited, and then it was like this now. That works better, and for each one that's participating in this, it's easier. Some do 2 or 3 digits per whip. It's adjustable as you want to. You can say I do amount of stitches per each digit instead of a whip. There are so many options. So I had only 2 of them. I did the first one the 2nd of February. That was Blooming Heart again. I think I started it the Sunday, and the Monday this one was called again. So this was number 8. 8? Yeah, number 8. I can't read my handwriting. Yes, 8. From far away it looked for another number. It looked as another number. So this is Blooming Heart. It's from a kit for Magic Needle. It's stitched with Gamma floss on 16 count grey, pewter grey fabric, Eda fabric, 26 colors and some blends. But it's amazing. This is the memorial / remembrance piece for my mother-in-law to hang in her corner. In fact, it's more her shelf. So all the things we have from her, we cherish, we have on the shelf. So that's to hang it there or put it next to her. Because she was cremated and her ashes are gone, meaning gone with the wind. So we cannot visit her anymore, like on the graveyard. So yeah, it's difficult to bring flowers because it's like all the flowers that are lying there is for everyone who was there. so it's not personal anymore. So that's why we have that shelf, yeah, as remembrance thing. I hadn't opened my messenger yet to show you the starting photo. So I had stitched on the leaves before, on the top. I started on the top. So that was what I had done. And I added 100 stitches in, I would say pink, but I think it's purplish, purple colors. So this is all new. And that green leaf, and I filled in a bit of the green here, but that green leaf is here. So this stitched looks even better than on the cover photo. So I'm happy how it looks. Yeah. And if you don't know yet, you can have the digital files for Cross Stitch Saga. So it's not the PDF, it's the XSD file. You can have Cross Stitch Saga on Android, but then you need a link. I have it somewhere, I think in my videos, where you can find that. I think where I springed Cross Stitch Saga in that video. But then you can stitch it digitally instead of from paper, and it's a bit more easier. So now I have 300 stitches out of 18,066. I didn't write the percentages down, but I don't think it's even 1%. No, so it doesn't really matter. Then the next one I did for temperature stitching was from Dimensions. It's the Flower Crown Cat. This is Dotje. Dotje we lost last year, but my youngest one has difficulties still for her. And he knew I have this kit. He asked me to start it, and he keeps asking me to stitch on this one because, yeah, it heals him. I don't know. So yeah, I did it. I just swapped out the fabric from the white that was supposed to be to a mint splash 32 count Murano Eva weave. And this is charted, or this artwork is from Catherine White Lord. They didn't say how many colors there are, but it's a bit difficult amount of strand stitching, blends, all the nice stuff. I saw it finished in one of my Dutch groups. I think Ineke had finished it, and it was beautiful. So I only needed 100 stitches, and here is where I started off. And that splash fabric, those white dots, represent the snow, so that fits that piece. So I added 101 stitches. So how did I do that? I made one loop. That's nice. I made a loop behind, a big loop. So that will be sorted later. This is 101 stitches. I finished a bit of the beak, and I start to fill in the body. And also here, those are new. So this is now at 421 stitches. Yep, that's are done. So I'm still stitching on that bird. So I'm working my way down to the flowers and the cat. I think even today it's number 9. Oh, she has number 9, and I think today was again number 9. So the ones I didn't get to, I think I just will drop, because I don't want to stress about I have to catch up and I have to do this and I have to do that. So I think I just want to drop it and keep going with what I can do. You could say it's only 100 stitches, I know, but I don't want the stress. I have already enough on my plate that I don't want to put extra stress on myself. Like I said, I wasn't even able to stitch for at least 2 days. Allez, in the back. Then I was supposed to stitch on Kingdom and my other focus whips. I didn't feel it, so I was like, what will I do? And I wanted to stitch on Blooming Whiskers. So I pulled that out for 500 stitches. That was the meaning. But yeah, it turned out different. So this is Blooming Whiskers. It says another title here because first it was called Flower Kitties, but it's changed to Blooming Whiskers. Artwork is from Bridget and Emma Ashwood, or also known as Ashwood Studios, charted by Paint Free Crafts. And this is 600 by 429 stitches with around 100 colors. So this is the mock-up. And I started here in the right top corner. I had her eyes done like this. So I'm working my way here. I was considering to start here on top and continue to that other corner. It's not my thing, so I just went with the stuff I want to do. That works for the best. So my starting point was this. This is stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with willow broderie floss. It's from my own master set. And I added 1280 stitches in one day. So after the first 500 stitches I was like, okay, I need to swap, but I don't want to, so I just stayed on this whip. And I started here a bit to fill in. Then I found that yellow flower, which I was very, very happy about. Yellow is my favorite color. Then I found those whiskers. I was like, wow, so detailed. And then I saw his or her nose coming. And I was like, how can I just leave it now? I need to see that nose. So I kept stitching and I ended here. So with 1280 stitches. I just love this chart. It's amazing. So I'm now at 15,700 stitches and this is at 6.10%. So I had 2 milestones reached. 1 for the 15,000 and 2 the 6%. So that's great. And I love these colors. I really love it. So that happened. So I didn't stitch on my focus whips then. So then it was Tuesday already. Wednesday and Thursday I didn't stitch. Friday I started a bit again with a new start, but I didn't do a lot. I only did 210 stitches that day, and then I continued on Friday, I guess. No, I started on Friday, on Saturday. So this is a new start, Pizza Pups. Friday was our 17th wedding anniversary. So I had a new start to celebrate that. And I was alone, so how can we better celebrate alone than starting a new one? And I said beginning not even beginning, end of 2025. I would start less this year, but with all that's happening, I'm just stitching what I want to stitch. So if I want to start something new, I'm just doing it. If I'm getting kicked out of whip borders, so be it. I'm doing what I want. So this is the whip I started. This is also a story about, so I will first show it to you. This is Pizza Pups. Charted by Free Crafts, and the artist is Bridget Ashwood again. The numbers. Oh. This is 446 by 335 stitches. Colors are not on the cover photo mentioned. So in November last year, I was scrolling for stamped kits. Then I found out, I think it was on yeah, it really doesn't matter which site. It was a Chinese one, so it really doesn't matter. And I saw this one there, stamped. And I asked in my group, in my Facebook group, if anyone had experience with that site, with that website, and the kits and so on. And then there was someone saying you better should do a Google image search to know who is this artwork from, because it's probably ripped off. So I did, because it wasn't saying on that website who was it by. So sad, I did it. And I found out then it was from Bridget Ashwood. So sad, because I really wanted that chart, but not in the illegal way. So I reached out to Sarah from Free Crafts, and I said to her, look, I found this on an illegal site. Can you chart it for me? And she said, I have that image in my folder to chart, but not right away. I have still a lot on my plate and so on. So I said, yeah, we will see when it comes, when it's ready. And she surprised me 2 weeks ago, I think. I was just eating something, and I saw the notification from Free Crafts, I think on Instagram. Was it on Instagram? I think it was on Instagram. And I thought, like, no, it can be. It isn't that one. It's too early. So I almost choked when I saw that image. And I was like, oh no, oh wow, oh yes. It's there, I need to grab it immediately. So I did. I really wanted to start it then, even that day, but it wasn't possible. So I kept it aside to start it on our wedding anniversary. But I'm happy because it was legal. And of course, Bridget Ashwood is one of my favorite artists. So yeah, I couldn't buy that illegal one at all. Even it made me sad because it wasn't available yet. But Sarah, definitely thank you again for charting it. So yeah, like I said, I had to start it. So, like I said, the first day I did 210 stitches. The second day I worked on it, I did 150. So I did in total 360 stitches so far. It's a small start on the right top corner. It's the greenish plant. I would call it a plant. Here, that's started, and a bit of the bricks. This is stitched on 25 count Even Weave Lugana, 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss. And like I said, the first 360 stitches out of 149,410 stitches with 0.2 24% completed. A bit closer. So I was thinking to do the royal rose method, but then in the end I started the typewriter method. But I first wanted to fill in this blocks. This tower is called in the royal rose because it's 2 blocks high. So I started to fill in that then first and to make my way down. I was also in a searching mode this week for what was faster to stitch in a smaller time limit to stitch. Typewriter method isn't faster for me because I make mistakes. If you don't know what typewriter method is, the original is Stitching Mommy, but you take the first symbol from the 10 by 10 block from left to right and then you stitch it out. So normally in this first row of blocks. If it's not there, you go to the second row, but you have more gaps to fill in. That makes me nervous. I can make more counting errors, like as you can see, you have to jump over, and I already created go wrong again, so it was like not the best idea to do that on this whip. So go back what you do best. And confetti, a bit. It's okay. It's doable. So then that was Friday and Saturday. I'm thinking when I did yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I had another new start again. My little one has fault because Dotje, I just showed her, was again in his mind. And there was a chart released on Stitches So Beautiful, and he was saying that's like a lookalike for Dotje. So first it came out as a regular. I was like, will the mock-up be good? I don't know. Then someone mentioned she had requested the Max Color bigger size. It's not really super size, so I wouldn't say it's like that. So it's called Cat on a Branch with Hearts. It's this one. Charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And artwork is from Brina T Art and Design. It's 395 by 600 stitches with 133 colors. So I was thinking to crop out, to crop the cat out, as Rebecca mentioned in the group. But I love the background. It's vintage. It's me. And also I'm thinking of Dotje in being in this spot, so in heaven. Or surrounded with hearts, sitting on a tree watching us. So I was like, I cannot crop that off. I need that in my image. So yeah, I started on the right top corner again with 25 count Lugana Even Weave. This time I used typewriter method again because I thought, and the maxcolourstitcher stitches these charts, the Max Color charts from Stitches So Beautiful with this method. It looks okay. It goes faster. For me, it doesn't go faster. Like I said, I have openings all over the place. I like color flow method from Gemma, so you don't have the open gaps to jump over and that stuff. So yeah. This is confetti hell. I really mean that. See, all those colors for just that bit of 200 and not even 200 and for 200 stitches. I love the colors. I would say it looks great, but I don't know yet because of all the gaps. I didn't see. If I would have stitched 2 blocks, filled them in, you would have seen more than what I'm now showing you. So that's a pity. So lesson learned again. Typewriter method is not for you. It's okay. Just do what you love to do. Because that's all what matters. We have to stitch the method we love. If we do not enjoy our hobby, yeah, then we are doing something wrong. So this is 200 stitches out of 237,000 stitches with 0.08% completed. And I really was like, I still need to fill in a lot more of colors here. So I was like, I'm done with this confetti. I'm not feeling it. And in fact, I woke up with the idea of I want to stitch on Kingdom. I really missed it and I want to stitch on Kingdom. But little one said, yeah, you need to start this one. So I did that, but if you're not feeling the whip, it's also difficult to stitch it. You're not in the mood, you're not in the flow. It's like more struggling than going forward. So then I said, after 200 stitches, it's a new start, I'm swapping. So I went to the one I wanted to do, and that was Amazing Animal Kingdom. I didn't stitch on it for this month already, so I was like, I miss it, I need it. But then I remembered it's green. Green isn't my favorite color. So I was thinking, how will I survive this again? So this is a mock-up. Supersized Max Color Amazing Animal Kingdom. Artwork is from Amy Stewart. And charted by Heaven Earth Designs. 999 by 700, let me see, 65 stitches with 237 colors. So I'm still working on my last part of my first shelf. And that's this corner. So I had that done. So this corner I'm still working. I had 1 page done, so like this. So I'm filling in that part. So here it is. Stitching is also on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with row border floss. Like I said, I had my page finish here done. So I still need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages to get it filled in as one shelf. One full shelf. So I did 520 stitches yesterday while I was watching the ice figure skating on the Olympics. I was stitching on the cat when it was, yeah, I know the word in Dutch, but in English, alpine skiing, I think. Where Van crashed, Lindsay Von crashed. Yeah, I really hope she will get better. She already had surgery, I read, so we will see. I don't think she will return to the skis. But okay, that's it. So here I am. I worked here on that part in my 2 blocks high again. That worked better. I first stitched out all of my part threads. Then I started to fill in the first block and then so going down. So this is now at 167,000 stitches out of 764,235 with 21.85% completed. So yeah, each time I see this I think It's still not done. I'm still not there. It's still a lot to do. I really want to get to that shelf. But it will be around 28,000 stitches still to do. And you can see it's a lot of confetti, 240 colors. It's not a joke. I had some comment on my Instagram page. Someone saying, holy, all those spark threads. How can you manage that? First, it's marked on my chart. Second, I'm used to it since already. I'm using that 8 years already, so I'm used to that. It's a habit. And then I was thinking, how do you think 240 colors are stitched? It's not a whip with 3 colors. So, and with this stitching method, of course, I park because I don't do cross country. If I would do cross country, then I would have not parked threads, stitch them all out with a lot of mistakes. So then I'm losing more time to frog or fudge. If I could, then just picking up my thread and stitching it when I need it. So yeah, it was like another comment that I could have missed, but yeah. I'm stitching like I want. Like I said, if we don't enjoy our stitches, it's an issue. So I like what I'm doing and I will doing it further. This is, like I said, already at 167,000 stitches, like on this method by page. It works, so why not? Did I reach my goal? Did I reach my goal? No, of course not. Like I said, it was not the best week. So that was all the stitching and the talk about. And then for plans, swiwi. Short set, swiwi. What I can do, I will do. I still hope to do each day 1,000 stitches. It's a dream, but I know well it's not not achievable each day. So when I reach it, I'm happy, but it is what it is. And I think also after all what's happened this week, I need to realize that the time of stitching each day 1,000 stitches and more isn't possible anymore. So yeah, I will still show you haul. So if you're not here for haul, or I would say for my investments or my live update, then I would say it was nice to see you and I see you again next week. And otherwise you can just stay and hear me out. So what happened? Or would I first show you? I will first show you the haul. That's better than the live update. So like I said, Friday it was our 17th wedding anniversary. These I bought before that. This is my own purchases here. So this one is for my grandmother as remembrance piece. I think it fits the blooming heart because it also had a heart shaped. And then this one was the last release, newest release, also for Magic Needle. I asked for the digital one here, but it's not available yet. So from the moment it's ready, they will send it to me. Yeah, of course I need to have it. It was wow. So I'm waiting for that to start it. Yes, there will be new stars still coming up. Yeah, and then I had some charts. It was sale at Het for Valentine's Day. So what did I get? I I got first as rack three charts from my husband. So he gave me Lap of Luxury from Dragon Moose. This reminds me of Strepia. That's also a year already. Then this reminds me of my husband. Adorable Tiny Bunny from Whimsy Tea. This is 475 by 475. It's regular with 90 colors. And he sent me also Fluffy Pranksters from Nadia Strakina. It's a thing when he knows of how he knows how to look up your wish list. Those three were on my wish list. Yeah. Then I bought later on the supersized Max Color Cake Shop from Amy Stewart. If you remember, I started the quick stitch supersized Max Color version of this one, the cropped one. It's almost 1 million stitches, and I was thinking and thinking and thinking and rethinking, I'm not going to do that. So then I said, yeah, now it's sale. It's time to rethink what I will do and what I will, yeah. The issue with this one I had, so this is a photo, the full version, is the ceiling. So I put it in cross stitch saga and I cropped the ceiling part. So I have like 1 or 2 blocks still of the ceiling. So I wouldn't start here. So a bit above. Can I show it like this? So it's more like, oh, maybe like this. This part gone. It's a bit seeable. Yeah, it's difficult to show, but this is the cropped. So I want to do that. It's 95,000 stitches on the ceiling. Eh? So I was like, I'm not going to stitch that. And then, do I need the roof or the ceiling? Do I need the ceiling? No, I don't. So that will be gone. So I will restart it with that part removed and keep going with the other stuff that I like. And then the Friday, Michelle released new charts, and this was, yeah, a beauty. This is Confectionery Kitty. Artwork is from Katrina Bear, I think. 490 by 650 stitches. And this is just shouting me. This is pink. I love it. This is vintage. And it has cookies. What can I ask for more? What can I more? No, leave it. So what can I search for more? So I needed that immediately. I already bought it when I was tagged from someone who said, this one is really you. And this one I also bought again as a giveaway that I gave on my Facebook group away. So there was one winner of this chart. The prompt was to post a photo with the heart shaped thing. And she had a beautiful image from 2 flowers, hummingbirds I think, that are forming 2 flowers. 2 birds that are forming a heart. So yeah. And then I was like, how will I now find the winner? And then I said, okay, I know it. So I went to all the family members. I asked their favorite photo, and the one with the most votes won. So that way the winner got this chart. So there's still a giveaway going on for the puzzle event. We need 400 pieces at 500 stitches per piece. So that was for a Free Crafts chart. Yeah, that's all so far. I have more on the way. My bunny, a bunny from Ava Stitch Kit. Maggie the mess maker. And Max the how it's called, the run deck thing I found on a second-hand place. So yeah, there's more coming and I cannot show you, it's not arrived yet. And fabric for the last kitty, his name is Macaroni. My oldest son said, oh, he has macarons. Here, he has macarons. So this is called macaroni. Macaroni and macarons and a kitty makes macaroni. So yeah, that's what he said. So this is called macaroni. And then we have Maggie and Max. So they are coming, I think, this week or next week. We will see. Yeah, that's everything for haul. And then live update. So for stitching, it's everything. If you want to go now, go ahead, and thank you for being here. And then I hope to see you again next week. Stay safe and happy stitching. Like and comment, please. So now back to live update. Like I said, it was I would say ugly words, but it was a hell of a week. Monday was just Monday. That was okay. It started in fact Sunday evening when I wasn't feeling great. I was awake until it was late, 3 a.m. because I wasn't feeling well. Then I fell asleep. So at 7 I had to wake up to bring my children to school. So then I had to sleep a bit in the morning because yeah, I filmed also. So I didn't sleep then, I slept later a bit in the afternoon. Yes, I filmed. So I had to film what was it? A clip for school for my daughter because she gets a party at school. They asked to film, each parent to film a clip. Then I filmed my Flosstube video and I had to restart that clip 7 times. Then I did my Flosstube video and then it was like a bit sleeping, bringing and so on. So it was like a normal day. Tuesday I had to go to school for reading. I'm thinking, was it again? Nothing special. No. And then Wednesday we went to the hospital for my daughter. So it was like a carousel event, they call it. So that means like it's like you're with 3 or 4 patients and then you shuffle around. So yeah, we did that. So we had to see the dietitian, psychologist, I don't know all those names, the one for movement, physics, yeah, movement people, and social assistant was 4th one, and the ultrasound of her belly. So we did 5 posts. The psychologist took longer than an hour. Yeah, so it was heavy. It was all in. We had to be there around 8:30. So first they were set 8, so it was 8:30 in the end. Then we went there outside around 12:30. It was a lot of information in a close period of time. So I'm still waiting for all the appointments sent to me in an email when we need to see them again, because each month we would see one of them. I don't know when I will get that, but it was a lot. It was heavy. She also had to do a walking test to see how fit she was. Like I said, it was a lot. So we also should plan a lot. A planner for eating, a planner for movement, a planner for sleeping. So she was like, I need to plan whole my life. So we started then again with the tips for sleeping. That works, but it's like I said, it's a lot. Then I had parent meeting for my youngest son in the afternoon. Normally I had one for my daughter, but that was delayed because she was sick when they had tests. She had to catch up on them, and it wasn't done yet. So she still had to make 2 or 3 tests. And they hadn't time to do them, and a lot of history for just some tests. Then my little one, his numbers are great. I know he will not be a professor, of course, but seen from where he comes, he has done great. But then she was talking about his behavior in the classroom, and she wanted to start rewards card and so on. I was like, what's this? The thing is, there is not a click between them. Not a click between the teacher and him, and vice versa. So everything he does, she's like annoyed, irritated, frustrated. Yeah. So it will be good for him and for her when the school year is done. They have to stick now to each other, because she's teacher, he's student. What will I do? I cannot move him from her classroom because they don't have a click, they don't have a match. She's like, he is the worst child ever, and it's just because she is ignoring him. He wants to get attention and she's ignoring him. So that's not a match. So if she would have a bit more attention for him and say more great things to him instead of breaking him off. Another thing that happened. Breaking him, that was a thing. Monday something happened. It was soccer training. My husband went to pick him because we heard there was troubling there too. And normally his brother picks him up, but I said, nah, go pick you. You can go and pick him up. So he did, and he came back and he said he will stop playing soccer. The trainers there were shouting at him, also a sort of bullying him because he was too slow for the exercise they had to do, and he had to run some rounds around the property. So he said, no, that's not the way how you train someone for being in a game. That is supposed to be for fun. So he quit Monday evening. Then I had some messages from the above, from the leaders and so on. But he quit. So now that's better for him. I see improvement. Thursday. I thought, okay, I had a lot of pain because the Wednesday that night I didn't sleep a lot because of the nerves and the stress and all the things. So I was like, I need to sleep a bit more. but my back pain didn't let me. So Thursday I thought, okay, I need a day slow down. It didn't happen. I got a message from my aunt in-law, of course. They were still doing cleaning emptying the house for my grandparents-in-law. The thing was, they had the last thing I heard from it was they hired some people to empty the house, to take what they could sell again and just empty the other stuff for the recycling park. That didn't happen. There were issues. That person took only the stuff he could sell, and other stuff he just left there, and he didn't even order a container so they could put all the things for the recycling park in it. So there were a lot of issues there. So she was saying to me, can you come and see what you still can use, because yeah, it's full, still full. So I went there. We did it around again in the house. I took some furniture again. Yeah, some kitchen stuff and all that kind of things. But it was again lifting. My back pain was at high level already because of all the stuff I did before. That day lifting, and I would say, yeah, the furniture wasn't light again too, so moving and all that stuff wasn't really good. So that was for in the morning. Afternoon I had to bring my husband to his job. Then they brought me some more furniture at home. I was just moving all the things around, and I was like, I need some time off. I needed time out, literally. But it wasn't happening. Then I had to cook, all the stuff. So in the evening I was finished. I needed sleep. I needed rest. So no stitching. Then Friday, it was supposed again to be better. So then then it was our 17th wedding anniversary. That was just, yeah. So it was with some gifts and etc. But I was alone. So yeah, celebrating but alone. But okay, yeah, it's what it is. Then Saturday, he had to go back to the house to get the other stuff I couldn't take with me on that Thursday. So then it was like, when will you be here? Then there was still a wardrobe we had to get from our neighbor, because she was moving out her wardrobes because she wants to sleep down now. Yeah. So there's a wardrobe and there's some other furniture left. I was like, this is not going to happen all in one day. But okay, he went there, he took the things he needed. The wardrobe wasn't the time was finished, so it wasn't going for that day. It wasn't working anymore for that day. So then we said Sunday. So yesterday he went for that wardrobe. Yeah, breaking out, then putting it together again. So it's still a bit of a mess. But that wardrobe was for my daughter, so it's in her room. She already filled it. That's okay. But Saturday, my oldest son needed shoes, because he was saying, I have painful toes. And I said, there's something wrong, but I don't know what. So I said to him, show me your shoes. So they weren't even wearable. And I said, how can you even walk with these shoes? They were at the bottom they were just open. The rain could go in. There were all gaps in it, holes in it, and I was like, what? Okay, so you need new shoes. Okay, yeah. So bring my husband to his work, go shopping for shoes, grocery, fruit at the market, and so on. We were back home at around 3:30. And then I had a chat for the wardrobe next to meet my neighbor. And then we opened the door and it was all water on the floor. And we thought first it was from the dogs. But no, it was not their fault this time. We went to the kitchen and it was all flooded. My husband had put on the washing machine. And the pipe where the water is going in came loose, so it was everywhere water. In the storage room, the kitchen, the hallway, everywhere. So I called my husband and I was like, what is this? And then he said, oh, it will probably be from the washing machine. And I was like, you're not here, you know that. So you know that it was possible for an issue. Really? It was like, really? Really? So we had to clean out of all that water, getting it dry as much as we could. So it take me and my daughter 3 hours around-ish to get it all cleaned up. Yeah, then still putting the groceries away and all that stuff. Oh, I was done. I was so done. So I didn't stitch a lot Saturday too. I was like, when will it stop? And then he came home and he said, oh, I fixed it. I hang a cord around it. And I said, a cord. So it's still not how I want it, but okay, yeah. So now this washing machine will only work when I'm at home. I'm not asleep. Or when he is in the kitchen, so he's closer to it to see if something is going wrong. So yeah, the walls behind the washing machine should be renewed. That was damaged. So far, the floor is dry. Maybe the cat tree will be renewed. It was a very expensive one, so we will see. So like I said, I had a better week expected. For this week, today was normal day, driving, but okay. Tomorrow I have the next parent meeting with the teacher of my daughter, reading the last time, from the session. Wednesday each week on Wednesday she has now sessions of movement from 1 hour and 30 minutes with a physiotherapist. Is that called? Yeah. Like I said, we will see, but it's a lot. Thursday the car needs to go to a checkup, not to a garage, but to see if he is good to be on the roads. That's a yearly control, yearly checkup he has to go through. So hopefully we don't need to do reparations, because with all that stuff now, it's not going financially. So praying he's getting through it. And then it's weekend, hopefully. And then the next week after it is a holiday. They're a week off, a holiday break. But I see 2 times the hospital, the Monday and Wednesday. So yeah, like I said, busy, busy, busy. And with all that stuff, it's 1 hour, 30 minutes driving to the hospital at least, and 30 minutes back. So it's already 1 hour driving, and all the driving I do during the day for school, for bringing my husband. Yeah, I think I lose already 3 hours for just driving everywhere. And filming and doing the stuff on the group. So I lose a lot of time too. Even I'm a stay at home mom, I do a lot for other things too. So yeah, I think that's it. So I have to be realistic. I know, as I cannot stitch each moment I'm here at home. I have to cook. Yeah, I have to clean. I have to do other stuff too than only stitching, of course. It would be fun if I could only stitch, but yeah. So that's it. That's my life. And people say to me, you have an easy life. I don't think they want to be in my shoes. But okay. So that's it for today. I was also thinking to just skip this week for filming and keep it for next week, but yeah. People will want to know what's happening and what I'm doing. So I just said go with the flow and do it today. So I hope you liked what you saw. For my live update, yeah, it's happening. So, or it happened. It's nothing I can do about it. I hoped 2026 would be better, but it's like one thing after of the other thing happening. So yeah, you will see. Yeah, and also my daughter is now at the decision point, because she has to decide which school she wants to go next school year. So that starts in September, because it's her final year in primary school. She starts her high school, but then it's which way you want to go. So she visited schools on Monday. She came home and she said, I want to go to that school. That's a thing we also have to do at the end of the month. As parents, we go to visit that school again, to see what do they do, what, yeah. So that's another thing. And it has to fit their points of their result. It has to fit their results of their tests. Otherwise, they can't go to that school, and so on and so on. So it's very, very heavy. And my daughter was also at the point that she's saying, I need to study a lot, because she was sick. She had to catch up. But with all the stuff, with the hospital, all the planning and all that, it was for her also a lot. So she was like, how can I cope with this all? And then she was saying, I have another teacher on Thursday, and she's always thinking, oh, you can better, and you had, I kind of think you had a 9 and you had an 8, and it's not enough. Yeah, they get rated by on 10 points, so 8 out of 10 or 9 of 10. It's not like in the USA with A plus and B and so on. It's literally with numbers. And she was like, oh yeah, but you have to be better, you know, I know you can better. And she was pushing very hard. And I saw her on the parent meeting for my little one, because I know I wouldn't see her this week. So I grabbed her and I said to her, it's not happening like this way, because she's feeling pressured. She's going to crash also mentally, because it's all happening. She has to study, and then you put extra pressure on her, because normally you can do it. And I said to her, slow down a bit. Give her a moment, give her some breathing room. I don't want to get her to a burnout too. So she got another card in the classroom, so she gets a bit more breathing, a bit less pressure Of course, the standard stuff she has to do it, but it's the stuff afterwards. So yeah, she was like Thursday evening, oh, it's better. So I was happy with that. Yeah, and we had to study together this week too for her tests. Because she was struggling alone, she didn't wanted to say, Mom, I need help. I said, I'm here. Just ask for it. If you need help, I'm here. I will explain it to you in an easier way. And then she had great numbers. For the ones we did to study together, she had better numbers than before. So I was happy for her. She understand what I told her. Yeah. So that's something we do together, studying, making fun. So that Saturday they did carnival's outfit, the boys, dressed as girls. Because they have at school carnivals stuff next Friday. And I was asking my son, what will you wear and how will you dress yourself? And he was saying, I want to go as a donut. I was like, a donut? How? I don't have a costume of a donut. So yeah. Then my daughter said, oh, you can put my clothes on. And yeah. So it evolved to a funny dressing moment. They had fun. So whatever they do, we laughed a lot. They had fun. So that was fun. Yeah. Sometimes we do funny stuff. Like we had to wait at the hospital to get picked up by my husband. And I said to my daughter, you have some movies at YouTube from, how it's called? Dance movies from the game. Just Dance. Yeah, that was it. So we were dancing in front of the hospital with the movies. Yeah, it was fun. And she was like, what are we doing? They are laughing with us. I was like, no, we are having fun. So we have to move, so we will do it. So we danced for 30 minutes. And all the people laughed a bit, but I was like, and we are having fun. We don't do anything wrong. We are just having fun. And we were moving because it was cold. So we had warmth, we had fun, and we had movement. All three in 1.5 hours. She was like, oh no, my mother is crazy. Yeah, sometimes I am, but why not? Yeah, now I will let you go. So I hope to see you again next week. Safe and sound. No issues this week. Fingers crossed. And with more stitching done next week. That's the only thing I can hope for. I cannot promise anything because, yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot. I saw Anne the maxcolourstitcher her Flosstube yesterday and she had a great cat week. So I think I want to stitch more this week on cats. Because I can and I love cats, so why not? Oh yeah, we had to visit also, eh? Yeah, but it's another time. So we love cats. I have 10 cats and 2 dogs. Some people cannot have that if they come to visit and are like, what? Do you have 10 cats and 2 dogs? You are crazy. You're insane. No, I'm not. The thing is, before we moved here, we had a great big home that we rent. But we had to move out and the only thing we could buy was this house because it was for my mother-in-law and it was something to do with inheritance and that stuff. So we were only able to buy this house. But it's smaller and we said we had the cats. So we know it's smaller, but we will not put them away because we have to move. So they are just here until they go. Until they pass. So when we had the checkup from, what was it? The inspectors for the animals, I told them we had to move here smaller But yeah, the cats can go everywhere in the house. It's not only in the living room. So they have enough space, but it's all over the house. And they said, yeah, okay, it's a small house, but seeing the circumstances, you still take care of them and that stuff. So it's okay. And all the stuff we edited, like I said, then we had to make the photos and the checkup, and we didn't see them back. Hopefully we don't see them back. So that was a lot of stress too. So that's it. I know we don't get a lot of visitors for them. Why can't people just love cats? Oh yeah, and then my aunt and uncle are here for the furniture, like I said, and they saw one of my black cats. And they was like, what? A black cat? And I was like, oh yeah, the superstition is there again for a black cat. And I said, oh no, she's not really a black one. She has here a bit of white. It was Milou. If you had seen Lubas, Spooky, he would say, oh, black cat superstition. And then I got the question, how can you remember all of their names? I was like, those are like my children. How can I do not know their names? I gave them. Some they had already, but if you have 10 children, how do you remember their names? Yeah. Like I said, cat lovers, some people will never know how I am and what I love. But I love the cross-stitch community and everyone who accepts me like who I am. So thank you for that. That's also something I have to say. Also, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you again next week. If you want to leave a comment, it's very appreciated. If you want to give me Kofi donation, thank you for that. If you gave me one, thank you for that also. Like, subscribe,